So we've, like I said, we've had like a really exciting week, and we've officially launched. I don't even know whether initiative is the right word for it. Like maybe a new project, really.
Yeah.
It's also the first of the kind that I've done, but it's definitely something I want to do a little bit more of, like expand into and stuff. So
I think I'd feel more embarrassed being the person who walked in. Do you?
No.
Like if someone was doing
No, I
thing.
would be mortified if I was there.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Coffee Shop Podcast.
We're back for episode 8.
I know. How did we get here?
I know, honestly. And obviously we had a week off last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we missed it. It felt really strange, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I'm glad that we're back. The weather's amazing.
Yeah, it's been a gorgeous
lot has
weekend.
happened. I feel like it's getting to the point where both of us will be in our busiest time. So it's going to be a bit more difficult for us to get together and to do it. But we've got to push through. We've
got to make it work.
Do it. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like Elise said, we've had even though we had a week off from podcasting.
How was the holiday?
Well, it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
it was so nice. You know, when you feel like you just need that change of scenery, that bit of like a recharge, bit of a reset.
Yeah.
But obviously been back at work now, like for the weekend, and it's been busy. I can tell I'm definitely heading to like the busy season, which is good, but it just makes the holiday already feel
so far away.
Miles ago, yeah. But no, we've had a lot happening at the coffee shop this week, and I mentioned a few things to you in the week, didn't I? Like I was starting and like thinking about doing, and Elise said, why don't we tie it all in and make it a bit of an episode?
Yeah.
And also I've had something else that's very exciting this week.
Yeah. So this episode is all going to be about making a difference through business.
Yeah.
And we've got our very first sponsor, which is designed by Wave. And we thought it fit perfectly with what this episode's going to be about. Making a difference.
Yeah.
So Wave is a sustainable, eco-friendly brand.
Yeah.
And it's all about like using like
recycled
materials. Yeah.
Like environmentally friendly things.
Yeah. And they've kindly also gifted us one of their Wave bottles. Yeah, open it. They actually gifted us two.
We do have two.
Yeah, we got gifted two, but I'm me. I have been using it quite a lot, so I've left it in the car, obviously.
So we thought we'd like sort of literally unpackage this one.
Yeah, so you can see just how good the brand and the
also
full
like the
actually
colour,
is.
You know, I feel like really like stylish, trendy.
And actually keeps things hot or cold for 24 hours. So if you like your coffee hot, cold.
Yeah, it says designed for those on the move, so perfect for self-employed.
Yeah.
The Wave bottle can keep your water ice cold for up to 24 hours. And the first edition of the Wave bottle is a step towards making the planet a better place.
Yeah.
So literally, like you said, it couldn't tie better with the episode, really, could it?
No, definitely not.
So check them out on Instagram. They are designed by Wave. We'll leave.
They also do other products like phone cases and things like that, but you can see everything on their website.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to have a business that actually looks out for the environment and does something other than just like business, really.
It's really interesting as well.
Yeah.
You know, to like hear about the different ways that they do things to make it sustainable or eco-friendly or...
But you can find out a lot about that on their website.
And we'll pop it all in the description box. We'll put their Instagram, their website, and maybe a link to our specific bottles.
It feels so strange saying this, but thank you to our first ever sponsor.
It's a milestone.
A milestone. Yeah. We're like, influencers. Yeah.
But we've had a really, really exciting week. And this for us was, like we said, it was a bit of a milestone moment. We were a bit like, you know, it's huge that people actually...
are still listening.
Yeah, exactly. And even think that it's worth, you know, popping their products into and like sponsoring and stuff. Like that's a really big deal for us. So like you said, like a huge thank you to Wave. We love their products, and it's even better that they're doing their bit for the environment.
Yeah. Perfect.
So without further ado, shall we crack on with episode 8?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So like we said, we're going to talk all about making a difference through business. So we just thought this was a good opportunity to sort of discuss different ways, so things that we maybe do now, but also ideas and potential ideas that we could perhaps do in the future, just by how we can make a difference and make, you know, our businesses can do that tiny little difference and leads towards a bigger, happier
Yeah. We've been and ahhing a lot, haven't we? Because we've been saying, should we be doing this as like, well, business advice or doing this? But we just want to show from our experiences the different things that you can do with running your own business. And one of the things that was important to us is actually giving back and making sure that we're not only a business that is like profitable and like doing all these amazing things, but also a business that thinks about the future and other people. And yeah, it's just something that means something to us.
Being in touch with the world, really, and all
reality.
Be in touch with you. Exactly the best way to put it. So we've, like I said, we've had like a really exciting week, and we officially launched. I don't even know whether initiative is the right word for it. Like maybe a new project, really. It's also the first of the kind that I've done, but it's definitely something I want to do a little bit more of, like expand into and stuff. So basically, we sell something in the coffee shop called a Babyccino. So
so like a puppuccino, but a bit
literally, it's essentially a cappuccino without the espresso. So it's a mug of warm, foamy milk, obviously with like the nice foamy top that you get in a cappuccino, sprinkling of chocolate, or we do cinnamon as well. And it's just like a warm mug, like perfect for like the little ones, you know. We get a lot of people come in and we ask for them. They ask for them, sorry. And originally we didn't even. Well, at the beginning, I didn't even charge for them. You know, it's a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what got me thinking, but I was thinking, you know, maybe I could tie this in actually to doing a bit of like a charity work, a bit of a fundraiser. So, like I said, very new to this. So I'm still getting my head around it. I've literally only been doing it now for just over a week. But basically, any profit, so if anybody comes in and they order a Babyccino, we have like a charity box on the top of the counter, and we would now charge $1.50. And that $1.50 goes straight in to our charity box. And then sort of every 6 months, I'm then going to donate that money to the children's ward at York Hospital.
That is such a good idea.
Well, it's just something
Have people been doing it as well?
Yeah, and you know the really nice thing?
I bet people have been tipping more.
Yeah, and people that, you know, like, I don't know, say me and you were coming in for a coffee, we wouldn't order a Babyccino.
Yeah.
But people have maybe seen on Instagram that we're doing this thing, or we've got a couple of posters up now, and people are like, oh, well, like, I'll just pay for one anyway. And just put their $1.50 in.
Yeah.
Like, I had one of my friends literally sent me a $5 and was like, can you put that in the donation pot? And I'm going to sort of do it as like where I keep everyone updated, so like keep a running total. And then I've partnered up with, I think it's like York and Scarborough's like hospital trusts, I think it's called. And literally they said, you know, you can donate the money however you like. So I can either go in, like physically take it in, I can do like a bank transfer, I can do a check, whatever. And she said how it works, which was really, really interesting and quite new to me, was basically the nurses on that ward will then, any like donations that they get, they then decide what to spend it on. So say they're running really low on, I don't know, say even just like toys for them, or, you know, they need like updating, or they need some new ones, then they'll say, right, the money from donations, this, I don't know how often they do it, and will go towards that. So basically said, yeah, I will hand the donations over to the nurses, and it's up to them then what they do with it. But they've been amazing, and literally I
appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
And like someone might look at you doing it and think, I'm going to do that as well. And
exactly. And that's what it's all about, surely.
Yeah.
But it was really, really nice. I dropped them an email, like God, going back about 3 weeks now, and mentioned the idea, because I wasn't even sure really like legally how you had to go about, you know, about doing something like this and giving the donation and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they actually rang me and they said, they were like, would we be able to pop in, you know, take your photo, like our social media, drop some posters off, some, like, you know, like boxes to keep the money in. So obviously I was like, absolutely, like, you know,
anything for a photo. I'm ready.
So yeah, so it's just something a little bit different that we started.
Yeah.
And I'll keep everyone updated on how it goes. But like I said, it's just the very start. I'd really, really love to do some more things like that. And I think, you know, working with something like the children's ward, it's so eye-opening, and especially in a busy city like York, it's a huge, very, very busy hospital.
Yeah, and every little will help.
Exactly, that's it. And I mean, you know, every thousands, but it's just every little like helps. So
if you look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. They'll soon save more.
Not at least with another quote, 5 minutes in.
Yeah, so. I just shot that in there, haven't I? But it's true, like it'll soon add up. And I think it's just nice to know that people are like wanting to donate and are coming in, and
like it's just nice. There is niceness out there, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely.
That's the thing. And I'm really proud. Like all the team are really up for it and everyone's behind it. So it's just a really nice thing to do, I think, and something a little bit different. So this was obviously Elise. This is the second time Elise has heard this whole story. So I did tell her all about this in the week, and that's when like you were saying, you do a lot of things with the events company, and we said,
and we're not doing this for like, oh, we do this, we do this.
Absolutely. We're more doing it to shine a light.
Yeah, the things you can do as a small business owner to make a difference, and
how you can use your business.
Yeah.
Your sort of platform, like I have a lot of customers that come in here every single day. So absolutely, let's try and use it if we can and make a bit of a difference.
So we get a lot of people who message us directly for maybe like a voucher if they're hosting a charity event, or they might even be doing an event and want a backdrop or something like that to go with it. And I got to a point where a lot of people do ask, and I found it quite hard to say yes to everyone, obviously. I have to be able to manage my work and do these things. So I decided that I was going to do 2 big events a year. So maybe it might have been something that was personal to me, or something someone might have messaged me and their story particularly stood out, and I'd do their event for free if they want something like that, or I'd give them a voucher. But a lot of the time, if people do message me and they're like, oh, can you donate a price? I'm like, oh, I'll donate a voucher to go towards
it's hard to say no,
yeah, absolutely. And I just think it's just something that's going to help them, really, isn't it? And there's so many things that you can do, and I just would rather try, rather do it, basically. But yeah, I feel like it just makes a difference, doesn't it? Even that little thing where you've got your things out, it's even good advertisement in a way, because a lot of the places that do ask will give you a shout out and they'll like spread the word about you, so it's not as though it's like
absolutely. And there's the same thing like with me doing this obviously stuff with the hospital and the children's ward. I was a little bit like, it does also get my name out there a little bit. And it's good for the community and like a sense of community. It's good for me as a business. Like I'm still a startup, really. I'm only a couple of years in, and I think it's good for me to be making a little bit of a difference to the community that I want to be a part of. Like I'm sure there's so many lovely businesses in York, and I'm sure they all do their part as well. And I feel like you do your bit for your community.
Well, we do a lot with other small businesses. So if there's small businesses, so for instance, the other week, a client of mine who comes to me all the time, she has her own cheerleading company in Hartlepool. So like it's called Hawks. So I'll just give them a little shout out. But they use me quite a lot. And she's asked if I'd donate something for one of their events that they're doing. So they're fundraising. I think it was to go to Germany or something, that like they've got through to these qualifying events. And I was like, absolutely, because obviously it's something that gives back to people. Like
that's it, 100%. And I'm the same here. Like I always try, it's only something I've again quite new, really, pretty much sort of this year. I'm trying to work with a lot of other small independent businesses. It's like we always say, like the coffee shop inside is only small. So I've started to partner up with like a couple of other businesses that sell really nice like treats. So it's like a really lovely vegan cookie company called Maple and Dough. Again, shout out. And the girl that runs it, she's so lovely. She's our age, and she's just absolutely smashing it. Like the things they're doing are amazing. And I just think it's really lovely that they're in Gisborough. I think I'm in York, so if we can open the door for them here and vice versa. Do like your thing. And again, there's another girl in Gisborough, and she does literally the most ginormous scones you've ever seen. She's got all these crazy wacky flavors. And every sort of maybe twice a month, I'll work with Maple and Dough, and I'll also work with, they're called It's the Little Things Bakery. And it's really nice. It keeps me fresh here. It brings new ideas. Like people will come in specifically to get their products that I'm advertising on social media and stuff. And
they look amazing. To be honest, I've got a bone to pick with you, because every week she gets them. I say, save me one, and she never does ever.
And you know why? Because I still...
I said I would buy one. So just
I've got to keep this one for my friend that I did my podcast with. Okay, next I'm getting them this weekend. Bank holiday.
If I don't have one on this next week's episode right in front of me, I'm gonna be furious.
You need to get yourself to that shop.
I'll be driving down one, actually. I've missed the middleman.
Sick of it. Yeah. Like you say, like it's not just all charity. It's sort of like just different ways that you can make a difference. And like even partnering up with other small businesses. Like I know for me, I really appreciate it when people reach out to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely something as well I want to keep expanding this year. Like I want to work with some more people from York, you know, like local people. So if anybody has anything, hit me up.
You'll be bombarded with messages about like
it's what it's all about,
yeah,
isn't it really?
I think so. As well, I feel really like privileged to be in the position where we are able to help other people, where we're able to give our time. And
and I do think that's really a good point. Like to touch on being self-employed, it's like you're in control of your time and your time management. So I think, you know, like for me, say for example, on one of my days off every week, I'll sit with my laptop and I'll make a list and like, right, I need to all these jobs ticked off. Because it's not very often I sit there with my laptop because obviously I'm normally here. And say on that day I will dedicate time on my laptop to like booking in with Maple and Dough or with It's the Little Things Bakery, and you know what I mean, or doing a bit of research of other places that I could maybe work with and stuff like that. And like you said, it's having that time to think, right, I'm gonna, you know, even setting up all these Babyccinos stuff with the hospital. It's just sort of like allocating the time and managing your time to fit it in. Which I think is a bonus, I suppose, of being self-employed.
Yeah, definitely. So we thought we'd talk about how other people could maybe use their business to make a difference. And we've sort of thought of some ideas, haven't we?
Yeah, and as well, ideas that we could hopefully sort of pull from as well, really, isn't it? Because like I said, like I'm only really, really new to it. I only started a few things this year. So I'm really hoping as time goes on that I do more and more. So as well, if anybody else has any good ideas, then let us know.
Because we were saying, weren't we, we would like to hopefully one day put on our own charity event, maybe as a yearly thing or something, and come together and maybe pick something that's close to both.
Yeah, like we're both Northeast girls.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like you said, something both close to our hearts. And stuff like that.
Because even we could do something about like business maybe. Being women in business, we could do like a networking event with other women in business.
Absolutely.
And then just get together and put some ideas together, really.
Yeah, and I think even things as small as, you know, like offering like the blue light NHS discount, stuff like that. Like I know for coffee shops and, you know, even like retail shops and stuff, that's a huge thing, isn't it? And I know a couple of places do like pensioners discount and stuff like that. So it helps encourage to get like the older generation out and about, and you know, if they maybe can't afford it every single week, like with that little bit of discount, that maybe makes the bit of a difference that they need to get them.
Yeah, and it just is a bit of encouragement. Like I always think places that do blue, like a lot of my friends are nurses and things, they'll even say, oh, should we go here because they do blue light discount? Or
exactly, and like you said, it is sort of also, it does tie in a little bit with like the marketing side of things. But yeah, I really like the idea, like you were saying, about doing like a yearly charity event, you know.
But this is what we like. We get carried away.
We'll have a whole fundraise hack designed by tomorrow.
Yeah, we have one idea and we're like, this is it.
We're 8 episodes in and we're like, right, let's change the world.
No, one step at a time.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I was going to start saying the quote from The Man on the Moon. One step for mankind. One giant leap for man. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So I think that's your best one, yeah?
It is good.
I think it's up there with it. I mean, it didn't take us as long as the storm one. But no, like we said, we just thought this episode would be a perfect opportunity to talk about different ways, different things that we're doing, but also different things we could potentially do.
Yeah.
So for me, definitely down the route of like, I mean, I have actually started offering like the blue light discount, and like you said, you know, like doing your balloon arches at like charity events.
Like, well, a lot of places, even like hospitals. So I personally haven't done this, but other event companies have done like them in the children's hospice and stuff like that, and like put on their little display for them. So that's something certainly you could think of doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you did want to give back, there's loads you can do, really, isn't there? We were saying even if you had like a little food truck or whatever, you could be offering discount for NHS, for whatever you would like to give out to.
Yeah, definitely. And as well, I think another idea that I'm hopefully going to look into for the coffee shop is starting up like our own little mini book club. And I think it's sort of an incentive and like a bit of an encouragement to get people out and about as well.
I like how you said that about the older generation, because I feel like there's not really much for them, and like
and I think it's lonely.
Technology and stuff is so far advanced and things, and everything's online, and like people don't really know like if you can go to a coffee shop, sit down and meet other people. So I think that's a really good idea.
That's it. And that's what I think about, you know, and at the minute it's a bit of an idea in my head, like you said, like we can run with these things, but you know,
but someone might be listening and think, oh, that is a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we were to do something like a little book club, it would be like you were saying about technology, like it would be an hour, say every 2 weeks or something, where you weren't on your phone. Yeah. You're having like a normal conversation, a bit of social interaction. And for some people that hour might be one of the only hours they have that week. You just don't know. And I just think, again, it's another little way, and it would be a tiny thing really, but how we can use this coffee shop and like I said, this platform of the coffee shop to make a difference in somebody's lives.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think that's just like, I feel like I've kept saying it all the episode really, but that's what it's all about. And definitely for me, I think it keeps me grounded, and you know, I feel like I'm making a bit of a difference, and I really like that.
And I feel like we've done it from the beginning, so we're going to carry on doing it, aren't we? And
absolutely, like we said, we only want to get bigger and better, really, don't we?
Definitely, bigger. The bigger, the better.
When watch this space in a year's time when we're hosting this huge charity fundraiser.
Yeah, we'll have to hold ourselves to it because it's out there now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it.
We've run into some technical difficulty.
Just whatever they do in the movies.
My mic is for some reason not working, so we're just going to use the one mic.
If anybody knows how...
I feel like we just need a director.
We just have bad luck.
Bad luck in her.
So we're going to attempt to finish the episode with one microphone. Yeah, it should be fine.
And we're finishing on business confessions.
Absolutely. It's everyone's favourite part.
Yeah.
So shall we just go straight into it?
Yeah.
I feel like this week's business confession is one of them that within the first 5 words, I don't want to read the rest. Like I can always tell what's coming.
I'm scared. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Let me get ready for story time.
Yeah.
I'm a plumber. I was renovating a bathroom in an empty house with the impression that nobody was going to be in all day. I had had an Indian the night before and it was around dinner time and my stomach was starting to hurt. As the house was empty, I had no option but to use the toilet I was working on. As soon as I started, in quotations, I hear the door open and the owners walk in and shout my name. I quickly rushed what I was doing as I could hear them coming upstairs. They walked straight into the bathroom to me, pulling my trousers up and the room absolutely stinking. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. I don't know what's worse, like the detail that they've gone into or the actual scenario. Like,
why did they walk in the bathroom?
I don't have a clue, but that makes my insides hurt. Like, I just
maybe you just thought they were walking away and we're just like, hey, I think
if you'd have come back and you had like a plumber or like an electrician, you'd go in just to be like, oh hi, like how are you getting on?
I think I'd feel more embarrassed being the person who walked in. Do you?
No.
Like if someone was doing work,
I would be mortified if I was there.
Yeah, but if you got to go, you got to go, haven't you?
Yeah, but I mean, not after you've had an Indian acting bad to me. Like,
would you go home?
Oh yeah, I'd make an excuse. Sorry, I need to nip to Screwfix and just get something.
Screwfix, I like it. The plumbing scenario, not like with your little tongue rings. I can imagine.
I feel like that is like the first business confession we've had that is actually like, you don't tell, like it's anonymous for a reason, like, you know what I mean?
Definitely keep that one anonymous.
But I feel like it's like a funny one.
Definitely.
And also, obviously have a plumber listening. Like,
hello? Sorry.
New audiences.
This podcast is for everyone and anyone.
So yeah, I feel like, should we wrap up episode 8?
Yeah, wrapped up.
Thank you so much to our sponsor.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And it's just a little one.
I know I said at the beginning, but it feels like a milestone. And honestly, check out their Instagram and their products.
And we'll put their website in the bio, a link in our bio. I know.
Yeah, we definitely will. And we love the product. So
Yeah,
I'll definitely use my water bottle. This is going to be perfect for me in the summer, in the hot days in the coffee shop, because that's going to be ice cold.
Icy cold, yeah.
So we normally would cheers with our cups, but it only felt right that we used our bottles.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. And we will see you guys all. We're not having a break. Do not worry.
See you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Don't know what day because we're all over.
And we could have one mic. We could have two mics.
No,
who knows? We will be back.
Yeah. See you next week.